Awesome. Well, I'm Travis McNaughton from Muir Lake School, and I'm here with Jesse McLean from Greystone. And we just wanted to talk to everyone, any educators that might be interested in this, but in particular Parkland School Division educators. And we really want to start utilizing Google Hangouts to get professional conversations, collaboration, and sharing happening a lot more. And so that's what we just want to talk about for the next few minutes.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Awesome. Anyway, so what we're sort of thinking is we'd like to have, we know that there's tons of amazing, awesome things happening in all of our schools in Parkland, in Parkland, and the challenge being finding the time, finding the best way to share all of those amazing ideas that are happening. And so what we want to do is start having Google Hangouts on a regular basis, hosted by all different people. So it wouldn't necessarily be just myself hosting it or Jesse hosting it. We'd like to encourage anybody who would want to participate and anybody who would want to share what's happening in their school or something cool that they're doing in their classroom and facilitate a conversation about that. You got anything to add to that, Jesse?
Absolutely. I think that there's lots of sharing we've wanted to do and projects that have come up, and we take the time to go to others, each other's buildings, and that's not always possible, especially for teachers. And we want to try to facilitate that sharing as best we can. And if we can make it so that you're at home on your couch, having a coffee at night, and you can do this. If you can find the time somewhere in your day to do this, then we can facilitate that sharing. And hopefully get conversations going across our entire division, not just within our school. And a lot of the time, I think we focus outside of our division when there's some really great stuff going on right here at home. And so it'd be great to just make sure that we're sharing school to school and teacher to teacher right across Parkland School Division.
Absolutely. And so the nice thing about doing it in this format as well is that it's broadcasted live so that we can have multiple people participating or viewing the conversation. And even if you can't make it the time that this would be hosted or a specific conversation would be hosted, even if you couldn't make it to that time, it's being recorded, so we'll be sharing it so that you could access it at any time that you want. So that's one of the probably greatest challenges that we have when it comes to this type of thing is making the time to actually collaborate, actually get together, actually learn about it. And this is, using Google Hangouts eliminates the barriers, some of those barriers of time and space, so that we can have those conversations.
Yeah, and I think that we've had school division chats, and we've connected with other school divisions on Twitter, and that's great. This obviously gives us another avenue to do that, maybe a little bit more meaningful and robust conversation because we have that opportunity to talk somewhat face-to-face. I think that a lot of this conversation is going to be about getting the message out to you on Twitter in Parkland School Division and elsewhere, but we're going to need feedback from you on when should we be doing these conversations, what should these conversations be about, and how best to meet the needs of the teachers and administrators of Parkland School Division to make sure that we facilitate the best conversations and getting the most people involved.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a couple directions I think that we could take this. We could try to set a time, a day or whatever of the month that we'd have these types of conversations happening. But I think that's obviously one avenue that we can explore. But I think another avenue is we can just really be getting the message out on Twitter, sharing when we're going to be having these Google Hangouts. And we really can be picking times and that work for the person or the people that are facilitating that conversation, and then other people can participate at that time or at another time by viewing the recording. And so the nice thing about this is as you know, finding a time that works for everybody is probably impossible, but we could have this happening at many different times, sometimes in the evening, sometimes during the day, right after school, in the morning. It can be really taking place whenever. So we definitely do want some feedback about that, and we're going to be sharing at the end of this how we are hoping to get that feedback and who might be interested in it. But just a couple brief starting tips that we could give you about how to, so you can start learning about how to use Google Hangouts. Is the first thing is in Parkland School Division, you have access to a Google Plus profile that comes with your PSD Blogs account, that comes with your Google Apps account. So the first thing that you need to do is enable that. And so if you open your Gmail or your Google Drive, you're logged into your PSD Blogs account. When you click on your icon in the top right-hand corner and your account, you should see a thing there that says something like Activate Google Plus. You activate it, and then that opens up a whole bunch of other tools, Google Hangouts being one of them. And then the second tip, this is actually pretty user-friendly, Google Hangouts. And but the way that I learned, I don't know about you, Jesse, but the way that I started exploring and playing with this is I just went to YouTube and I just searched up Google Hangout tutorials, and there's just tons of great resources out there right on YouTube of people doing Google Hangouts that show you exactly how to use it.
Yeah, it's very similar just to clicking on someone and chatting on a video call. You know, these are going to be broadcasted live talks, but you can have a video conference with anyone just the same as you would click on someone's name to chat once you set up that G Plus account. So it will be really easy, and if you have any trouble, you know, like Travis said, YouTube's a great resource. But once you get you and a colleague who are connected, you know, take the time to try and connect on your own just to see if that video conferencing works, that video calling, and then that way you'll know and you'll be used to it. There won't be as many surprises. We're going to try and do our best to make sure that we make it really user friendly and send out instructions early so that everyone can get on. But it is honestly, if you just take some time, you get onto YouTube or you talk with somebody, usually somebody, probably even your students, can help you get this set up.
Yeah, and if there's a need too, we can also you know, meet at Center for Education or whatever and do a session on it or whatever if that was a need. But we'll do whatever we need to make sure that everyone who wants to participate in this type of thing can do that. So, like we mentioned earlier, we're sort of looking for some next steps or some feedback from you guys. So, like, what topics should this be about? What topics would you want to learn about? And we can try to find some people to facilitate those conversations. Or you might even have a topic or something that's going on in school that you might even volunteer to share. And so we want to get some feedback about that. So Jesse, can you explain how we're going to get that feedback?
Yeah, I want to just jump in and just say that we have some ideas about what we think would make some good topics. And because we've been having these conversations with other administrators and teachers across the division, and we're having these conversations again and again. Travis is a leader in our division when it comes to BYOD. His school was one of the first to take that on and really show the way. And so a lot of people are contacting Travis to get that advice. So it makes sense that Travis would take the time to have a conversation about BYOD in schools and Chromebooks and the Google Apps platform. In our school, we've done some work with Innovation Week, and I know that a lot of times I get phone calls or emails or tweets asking about Innovation Week and asking about the resources, and I'd be more than willing to share a session on that. My administrator, my principal, Carolyn Cameron, has already signed up to say that she wants to do it. You know, we'll do a session on collaboration and that the power of collaboration between teachers. And so those are some of the topics that we've kind of thought of, but we also want to meet the needs of the people out there in our division. Like, is there something, even, you know, it could be something like Twitter, or it could be something like assessment. There are gurus all over the place in our division, and we can, if you give us a topic and it's not you that's going to lead the conversation, we'll do our best to find someone that can. But if you're interested in leading a conversation, that would be great. I mean, we're going to reach out to some of the more active people on Twitter in Parkland, like Kelly Holden and people, to see if they will come on board and do some sessions. And then pretty soon, we're going to get to the point where we're going to be able to meet the needs as they come up. You know, when we're having a conversation about something, an assessment, and we've got this new report card, and, you know, we want to talk about it. How can we work around this? We can have a Google Hangout to address that need. If, you know, we're having trouble with Facebook or we're having trouble with something else, we can have one on the fly right away to respond to that need. But in the beginning, we'll start with conversations that we think people would want. But secondly, we're going to open up a Google form for you to fill out to please just give us some ideas on what you'd like to see these Hangouts be about. things you'd like to discuss, and especially if you'd be willing to lead one, that would be fantastic. We would do everything we can to help you. If you're someone who's not comfortable with this, one of us could probably get out to your site and help you get that set up, just to make sure that these things happen, because we see a lot of potential and power in having these meetings happen, and we want to make sure that we get the ball rolling for sure.
Yeah, and so that form that we're going to be sending out, you can find it at bit.ly/PSD Hangouts. So that was bit.ly/PSD Hangouts. And obviously, we're going to tweet that to our Twitter, our Parkland School Division Twitter hashtag PSD70. And as this continues to grow, and as we see more Hangouts starting to take place in our division as well, we could see this coming on a lot more, and we want people to be able to find it easily and everything. So we're even going to create a hashtag specific to Parkland School Division Google Hangout professional development talks. And so that hashtag is going to be hashtag PSD70GH. And so we'll be tweeting that feedback form and this video out to both hashtags, hashtag PSD70 and hashtag PSD70GH. And so that's where you're going to be able to find these links as well.
Yeah, and I think that Travis and I have talked about this a lot, and with other really bright people that we've been able to talk, bend an ear of, and we've had situations where we have people coming to our school to see what we're doing, or we go to other schools to see what they're doing, but that's not always possible, and we don't always have the time or the resources to get a sub and get out to Tomahawk or get out to Entwistle and see what's going on, or get to the high school. Hopefully this can help kind of bridge that gap and get the conversation started so that there is more sharing amongst our division, because when we're lucky, we get together at lead team and we get to talk with administrators all over the division and hear all these fantastic things that are going on. But we want that to be at every level, and we want those conversations to happen at every level. And if there's anything we can do to facilitate that, we want to, and that's what this is. That's where this has come from, this idea of Google Hangouts. And we see a great deal of potential in it, and we just want to get people on board. So hopefully, give it a try, get someone at your school to give it a try. If we get involved, we can get really great conversations going across our division.
Yeah, absolutely. And the implications for this tool and what it can do for learning is huge. And so I think that needs to start at, with our staff and with us. And as we experience that, I just see incredible opportunities of how this can even be extended to our students in the future, and how we might be able to do some of this stuff with them as well. And so obviously we need to be comfortable with it and learning this way with it first. And so it's definitely going to be an amazing way for us to take the learning and extend it beyond just our buildings for staff, and then hopefully for students as well. Jesse, you have anything else to add?
We're always available. We might not respond right away, but we're both pretty active on Twitter. Just give us a tweet if there's anything you need, if we can help in any way. Email us at our schools, call us. We've got pretty supportive principals who are willing to let us help out, and we'd love to see everyone get involved. So just give us a tweet, give us a phone call, give us an email if there's anything we can do to help.
Yeah. And Jesse, what's your Twitter handle?
At JMcLean77.
And I'm at TravDMC, TravDMC. Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for taking a few minutes to view this, and hopefully we can see you actually participating in one of these in the very near future.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see you soon.